I need to tell you something that might completely change how you think about your milk supply. I just got a note from Megan, a working mom, who told me something that literally gave me the chills. She said with her first baby, she spent months and months trying to figure out how to make more milk and had 4 different pumps, trying different plans, trying a million things. And at 7.5 months, she said, I'm done with this. I can't keep doing it. I'm so tired. But with her second baby, it was a completely different story. She was able to not only feed her baby, but easily manage her milk supply and actually enjoy the experience. What changed? Her mindset. In this video, I want to share with you 3 critical mindset shifts that separate moms who struggle through their pumping journey from those who find peace and control. These aren't just my observations. These come from real testimonials from moms who have used our framework and curriculums, who have lived both sides of this experience. Pumping using random strategies and guessing, and pumping with knowledge and intentionality. If you're new here, my name is Allison Tolman. I'm a nurse, IBCLC, and breast pump expert. I'm also the founder of New Little Life, which is a pumping and breastfeeding education platform that has helped thousands of moms feed their babies with confidence and control. One of the reasons I wanted to make this specific video was that over the years, we've noticed that moms who find the most success and transformation in their pumping experiences, particularly moms who have done this multiple times, are the moms who not only learn how to pump efficiently on the technical side, but also who make these mindset shifts. And this is something nobody talks about, right? About how you not only succeed in making milk and feeding your baby, but also find joy in your feeding experience. So today I want to share a few stories with you of our students in their own words and show you how you can make these life-changing mindset shifts too. The first mindset shift is this. Pumping is more than plug and play. It's an art, not just a science. And I know I've said that a million times on this channel, and I will continue to say that. But why does this matter? Let me share with you what I heard from one of our students who struggled with this exact misconception. She told me, I was basically exclusively pumping and not knowing all the techniques to make it work better for me. I was literally just throwing them on, sitting there for 30 minutes every couple of hours, and not knowing that I could do anything to make this better. I thought low output was just my story. This is what most moms think pumping is you put on the pump, you press the button, and milk should just come out. But that's not really how it works. A breast pump is just a machine, right? It's a robot. It doesn't give your body the same milk making and milk releasing cues as a baby would. You need to learn how to get your body to respond well to your pump and what your body needs to express milk quickly. Let me also tell you about Heather's story here. She's a physical therapist, so she understands the body really well. But when she had her first baby, her plan was to get a discreet wearable pump for work because, hello, she's really busy with patient care. She'd pump, bring the milk home for her baby, and everything would be fine. But she ran into low milk output issues, nipple pain, and a lot of frustration. She actually did crawl her way to the year mark, which was her goal, but she also had to supplement quite a bit, and it was, quote, a terrible experience. So she joined our Back to Work Blueprint course before having her second baby because she knew she was not going to do that again. And here's what changed for her the second time around. She learned that pumping requires a personalized strategy. Not more information, but the right information for her body, her supply, and her situation. Heather had the education, she had the pumps, but she didn't understand that pumping requires personalized techniques. There are multiple letdowns to trigger, timing considerations, understanding your body's unique responses. It's not just about having the right equipment. You'll hear more about her story later in the video. So the first mindset shift is this. Stop thinking, I just need a better pump, or I just need to pump more, and start thinking, I need to understand how my body responds to a breast pump, what my milk supply is capable of, and create a personalized strategy that works for me. The second mindset shift is a big one. It's the one we see the most with moms who come to us for help. When your milk supply drops, that is not your body failing. It's most often a signal that something in your pumping process or your feeding process needs adjusted. So many moms jump to the conclusion that their milk's drying up, that they're not producing enough, that they're just a low supplier, or that their bodies are failing them. But chances are, if you're removing milk frequently, the milk is there and you're just not removing it efficiently. Listen to what Laura, who pumps for twins, shared about her experience. She said, I had a dip in supply, and that's when I got out the curriculum, and it really just kind of walked me through. Once I knew what I could do, my supply came back and the stress of it went away. And after that initial hurdle, I wasn't afraid of it anymore. This actually happened again a couple of months later, and I was able to troubleshoot and get back on track within 48 hours. Did you catch that? I wasn't afraid of it anymore because Lauren learned that supply dips aren't permanent, they're solvable. They are not your body malfunctioning, they're just a signal that something needs changing or adjusting. Sometimes you just have to look at your pumping experience with a little bit more curiosity and ask yourself, what is the solvable issue I can identify here? She said something else that is really important. She said, if there ever was any dip, I kind of knew what I needed to produce and how to get there, and I wasn't afraid of it anymore. So milk supply was not controlling her life anymore or her mind. She knew that if something did happen, she knew how to fix it. This transformation from fear to confidence happens when you understand that your milk supply isn't a character flaw or a body failure, it's data. It's information telling you that something needs to be adjusted. Compare that to Megan's first experience. She told me, with my first child, I was never really able to produce enough for a full day. Looking back on that now, I think it's because I wasn't emptying my breasts fully each time I pumped, and I had a small storage capacity. So I would have had to pump 12 times a day to do it. But at 7.5 months, I was just done. Megan thought her body was broken, but what was really happening? She needed a different approach for her unique situation. More frequent pumping sessions to work with her small storage capacity, and more complete emptying to get that number of pumping sessions down in a reasonable range. It wasn't a body problem, it was a strategy problem. The mindset shift is this: stop thinking, my milk supply is dropping, I must be failing, and start thinking, my milk supply is dropping, what does this tell me? What in my process needs adjusted? The third and most important mindset shift is this: this experience is about so much more than just milk. The mental and emotional aspects of balancing work and breastfeeding are bigger than most moms expect. Listen to what one of our students shared. She said, I remember thinking, I'm overwhelmed, I'm done pumping, I quit. But after talking it out a little bit and really stepping back to understand what was going on, I realized that pumping wasn't actually the thing that was most overwhelming in my life. I thought to myself, oh yeah, I guess I don't need to stop pumping. It's actually the easiest part of my life right now, and I have the most control there. This mom was about to quit pumping because she felt overwhelmed in her life, but pumping wasn't actually the problem when she took a moment to sit down and think about it. Other aspects of her life were stressing her out, and pumping was kind of the culmination of that. Heather from earlier shared something really similar about her experience being a physical therapist. She said, it was a struggle. I would find it actually really frustrating to have to stop and pump because I just wanted to get patients seen. The stop-start is hard, especially when I was seeing such low outputs. It was just a lot mentally and emotionally. I really struggled the first time. But what she learned the second time around is that it wasn't about perfecting the pumping process. It was all about managing the mental and emotional load of trying to be everything to everyone. Some days her pumping went better and she got good output. Some days patient care came first and it was lower, but she had the control to manage that on her own, and that is how you can find peace of mind in this experience. Megan also put this really beautifully when she talked about her second experience. She said, I don't feel stressed about it at all. I'm almost playing for fun with my schedule because it's not panicked, you know? I don't know. I'm not panicked about it anymore. It's really hard to describe. That transformation from panic to peace of mind is kind of hard to describe. But that's what happens when you address the whole experience, not just milk production. Not only this, but it actually helps your milk-making hormones work better. You have lower cortisol, higher oxytocin, and easier milk production and flow. This is not just a nice to have in your life. It can actually impact your milk supply in a positive way. I know you've heard it before, and maybe it's cliche at this point, but your worth is not measured in ounces. The mindset shift here is stop thinking, I just need to figure out how to make more milk, and start thinking, I need support for the whole experience. The logistics, yes, but also the mental and emotional aspects of being a mom who's committed to breastfeeding. So let's bring this all together and talk about what it means for you in real life terms. If you're watching this and thinking about your own journey, here's what these mindset shifts mean in practice. First, instead of buying another pump or trying another supplement, ask yourself, do I understand how to work with my body's natural responses? Do I have techniques that are personalized to my unique situation? Second, when your supply dips, because it almost always does have some variance there, instead of panicking, stop and ask yourself, what in my process needs adjusted? What is this telling me? Am I stressed? Has my techniques changed? Are there external factors affecting me? Do my pump parts need replaced? Do I understand where my normal baseline is? And then third, instead of carrying this burden alone, ask yourself, who is supporting me in this journey? Not just with the pumping logistics, which are important, but with the emotional weight of trying to do this all. That's what these mindset shifts create. Peace instead of panic, control instead of chaos, confidence instead of constant worry. If these mindset shifts resonated with you, and if you're tired of feeling panicked about every ounce, ready to find that peace and control that these same moms found, here's what I want you to do. In the description down below, I left a link to our Back to Work Blueprint. It's a course bundle of Pumping Efficiently, Milk Supply Mastery, Pumping Edition, and our Back to Work courses that will guide you through step by step everything that you need to know about how to succeed at pumping and keep your milk supply up after returning to work. It's exactly what the moms in this video had and what they used to find that peace and control as well. I'll link it here on the screen for you as well. But go take a look. It's a beautiful blend of logistics of learning to pump correctly, because that's important, and learning how to apply it specifically to you, as well as balancing all of that with the realities of your life and circumstances. We've used this curriculum and methodology for years when working with working moms, and it works. We've fine-tuned and refined it. Moms are able to do this on their own with a little bit of direction. And these moms didn't have to figure it out alone. Heather, Lauren, Megan, they had the knowledge, guidance, and the plan that they needed so that they could find peace and confidence in their back to work pumping experience. You don't have to figure this out alone either. You don't have to keep feeling panicked every time you pump. You don't have to keep carrying this emotional weight by yourself. These mindset shifts can change everything, not just your milk supply, but your entire experience of being a working mom who's committed to breastfeeding. I know how hard it can be. I've been there. I was a working mom too, and the pump really failed me, and it was frustrating. I want to give you all the tools, all the knowledge that I didn't have that first time, and that's exactly why I'm here. I want you to remember, if you're zoned out right now, come back to me, okay? You're not just a milk-making machine. You are a whole person with a complex life, and your pumping strategy should honor that. These mindset shifts can help get you there. I'll see you next time. Happy pumping.